All right, just a few more minutes and we'll get the party started here. Let's get the music down for everybody and get rolling. And welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live on the rocks here in Pyro. And I'm going to have to run and take a look at my inventory because we're going to go out with a few extra modules. And make sure that we have everything we need to crack everything from 70K on down. So as a solo miner. So let's go ahead and do that. And let me know if the sound and video is okay. Streaming quality is always important. And we're going to head down to the hangar first. Actually, I'm going to check inventory real quick and see what I got. We'll do that up here. All right, so we're doing great on... We got a Bormax and a Sabir. And let's go ahead and grab... Let's see what we got for containers here. Okay, so I do have, what do we have in this one? That one would be a lot easier to get into the, it says it's 16% full. Nothing coming up in inventory though. How about this one? Go ahead and get this stuff out of the box here, and let's go to custom, and we're going to select just a few extra items here. So I'm going to take a couple of extra surge modules. Focus isn't really mission critical, but I would like to have a stampede or two. So we'll take 6 surge modules and some stampede modules with us tonight. There we go. Yeah, just taking care of a couple of things here real quick. There we go. All right. So we'll have some surge modules on us, some extra stampede. And you know what? Why don't we go ahead and just do a couple of mining gadgets in there too. Just to make sure we have a couple of items with us. Take an extra Sabir with us and an extra Bormax. Okay. That should be enough to get the party started for tonight. And what we'll do is we'll run down to our hangar real quick and grab a mole, and we'll get the heck out of here. And hit that gear icon. Make sure that you're watching in 4K if you can. That's the best stream quality. I'm not going to multi-stream tonight just because things have been kind of iffy ever since that AWS outage earlier in the week. I'm going to let things settle down just a little bit longer here. All right, let's go with this one right here. Yeah, let's get the game volume up. There we go. You guys should have some game volume now. And there's our beautiful mole. And let's go ahead and get the party started. And we have some cruise locks on us just in case. Yeah, let's go grab our container here. All right. And there's our 2 SCU store all. Probably could have gotten away with one, but let's see if this one's too wide. Nope. It's going in one way or the other. So all right. Now that that's out of the way. All right, we'll just leave that there. Let's just make sure everything's in here like it should be. Yep, we're good. All right. Yeah, let's get the hangar doors open here. Oh, we have a hangar queue tonight. It's busy in the verse. Okay, all right. For those that are just joining, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live tonight in the verse in Pyro. Popping open a Grape Rockstar Zero. right, we got that beautiful paint on tonight that I can't stop talking about, apparently. I'm gonna stop talking about it at some point in time. And I'm looking for some big rocks tonight. Not because I have a better chance of making money, but just because I like the challenge of cracking the... Yeah, let's make sure. Are we not in coupled mode? There we go. Don't want to smack into anybody or anything here. There we go. A lot of space debris. Seems like there's more than usual tonight. Okay. And off we go. So here's what the game plan is, so everybody knows. We're gonna start off on Monox tonight. We'll be mining in my usual favorite spots, and then we'll probably go take a look at Pyro 1 or some other place. And let's just not allocate energy to weapons on a mole. There we go. And we're looking for sizable rocks tonight, you know, 40 and above. And mainly just to tune the skill set more than anything, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be quantanium. It could be terranite or even Bexlite. So we're gonna do that and just kind of work on that side of things. We're running a mole setup on the break main head of 3 Riger C3s. That's OM6. We don't want that. There's OM1 right there. And then on the secondary helix, we're running Stampede along with 2 surge modules. So that configuration is pretty good, up to mid 40s, maybe 50s. The triple Riger setup on the front is good up to about 32, 33. And then of course we're running the Hofstad on the left side here. So, all right, let's go ahead and get some. Let's go ahead and get the quantum drive tune for orbital marker 1 here. That's the North Pole where we want to be, just so I can mine in the daylight for you guys more than anything. And one of these nights, I'm actually going to take the Golem out. I'd really like to give that a shot. So we may do that. And we'll just wait for this obstructed to go away. We have a lot of vertical thrust right now to help along with that. There we go. All right. And appreciate everybody being on tonight. Glad to be live streaming with you guys. One of these days, we're going to get a couple of players who actually want to join me on Discord and do some mining. All right. So dark side of the planet's on the left and it's transitioning to day on the right. I think we're going to hit, let's pick a spot here. I am thinking right in there. Let's go for it. All right, we got the cruise control on and we're going to sit back and relax a little bit. Those who are just joining me, you probably don't know, but I don't go to a quantum spot and then fan out 100 clicks or 200 clicks from there. I just pick a random spot above orbital marker 1, the North Pole, and I try to mine in the daylight. Hey, Tigoridian, welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you on. I'll be streaming again either on Friday night or Saturday night. Let me see. Let me look at my calendar here real quick. Yeah, it'll be Saturday night. And I'd love to have you on Discord. The link is in my video description on all my videos. And I'll be sitting in the live voice channel, and you're more than welcome to join, and we can do some mining together. That'd be awesome. So anyway, welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you on. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one of those 80K quantanium rocks. And anybody who mines with me, I'm just going to throw it out on the stream right now. And anybody who's mined with me in the past knows that if I'm mining with you, you get to take it all home. So I'm not in it for the AUEC, so to speak. So you can scoop up whatever you want, and it's no big deal to me. I'm just here to hang out with friends and break rocks. So whoever I mine with, you get first pickings on the fragments. So. And then while you're off setting up the refining job at Checkmate or wherever we may be, I'm going to be looking for another big rock for you to take, and I'll crack it with you, and you can take that one home too. So that's basically the way I do mining with friends on my streams. So a lot of money making opportunity for the newer miners. You know, if you're a veteran miner, maybe I can learn something from you. If you're a new miner, maybe you'll learn something from me. So that's basically how we do things. But I'm not in it to split the proceeds. I'll give it all away. Doesn't matter. So anyway, that's what's going to be planned for Saturday night, either Friday night or Saturday night. And I'll let you guys know on Discord and on the YouTube channel which way it's going to go. But I'm looking for miners to join me on weekends. I know that not everybody's able to do this on weekdays. We all have obligations and things like that, but if you happen to be online, check me out. I'm usually on starting at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. And if you want to mine in a golem or a mole or a prospector, it really doesn't matter to me. Whatever works for you. So, but it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day out here on Monox. And let me know how the stream quality is for you guys. I want to make sure I'm not blowing you out with music or sound. The bit rate should be really good. I'm dedicating everything to YouTube tonight, so picture quality should be fantastic. And look at those beautiful clouds. All right, atmospheric friction. That means we're getting close. And we'll shallow out our descent a little bit here. Head towards the sun. There we go. And we got a lot of nice terrain in here between the mountain ranges here to kind of start looking at. All right, let's get a ping out there and see what we can see. And let's get off of cruise control and let's slow our descent a little bit. And look at that. What do we have over? And a 19. Let's go check out the 19 first. Not exactly on terrain I like a lot, but we'll go check it out anyway. Could be fine. Yeah, Tegrodium, that paint is the gray cat paint. It's really good. Really nice. Oh, look at that. And we got another one, 1530. Okay. So we'll check both these out. I'm going to not spend too much time right here. I want to keep mining in the light. Okay. So what are we going to start the night with out here? Couple of decent sized rocks in there, it looks like. Let's find out. Not anything I'm interested in today. All right, let's see what else. Aluminum. More aluminum. Yeah, 12K Terranite rock. Not great, not bad. Okay, so this is a good rock field for a mole. Or, sorry, for a prospector. But not a whole lot for the mole to chew on, so let's keep on trucking. Okay, we got a 7,000 and we got some. I thought I did a repair on this thing. Why do we have a major torque imbalance already? Okay, some gems to our left, which was expected. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, another 6,000 Terranite rock. Okay, we're going to keep on moving here. There's one out at 15 kilometers. I haven't seen one that come out that quickly. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Let's go look at it. So we got lots of gadgets on board. We have some extra modules on board, and we got a couple of cruise Lexus. So what else does a miner need? Interesting. There's some right here too. What is this? Nothing that we're interested in. Okay, gems. All right, a lot of variety right here. Let's see what we got. Well, there's a 67,000 Terranite rock right there. We might take wait a minute, is that tungsten? Of course it is. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with that. That's a 2 mole job right there. There's a 44 Bexelite rock. We could probably take that one. If that was anything else but tungsten with that. Terranite and tungsten again. How big is that one? 14. Okay, 31K Laranite. I'm not really interested in taking home a bunch of Laranite tonight. Another 28 Laranite. And an 18K Bex. Okay, so we got a 14 and we got an 18 and a 44. All right, so our resistance on this one's at 17%. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll go stick a Sabir on this one. And that one is tungsten as well, so that one's going to be not easy either. That one, unfortunately, could get the resistance down to 7, maybe 6, but this is 69%. All right, so we'll try this one out first. Try not to park on a rock first. And we should be able to smack this one with just the configuration we have right now, which is our a Stampede and a couple of Surges to be just fine for this one. Not a bad sight, huh? All right, let's stay focused. All right, so already at 56. Might have to move this one. But maybe not. Okay, 92 is as good as it's looking there. 3. I'll take 93. That's fine. All right, we got a severe on that one to bring down that resistance a bit. Hopefully we can get back into the ship. We're kind of on a not so friendly decline. Got lucky there. All right. Almost got killed by my elevator right there. I love it when that happens in the verse. Okay, let's go get the mole properly positioned here. And we'll see about cracking this sub 50k Terranite rock to start our day out. It's interesting how these were. And as you can see now, our resistance is down to 8. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to park the mole nice and close. Get 15 degrees nose up here. All right, we'll get the gear up and we'll go take a crack at this and see what we can do. Before we do this, I don't feel like dying from an overcharged rock tonight, so we're going to go put the mole into the proper configuration, which is with the shields up. And I upgraded all the components here to A grade. There we go. And let's get the engine power down to just 2. There we go. And then we'll go verify that the mining head has all the power it needs. And we'll do our best not to overcharge the rock and inert half of the material. And that is really the challenge. The bigger the rock, the better the chances all that stuff happens. But man, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so we're at 24 meters out. Why are we showing no mining modules? That's funny. Well, we're gonna have to fix that real quick. And we'll start with putting a stampede on here. One more thing to do. Go ahead and unlock the ports on the ship so we can put some modules on. I'm glad I brought extras. Right Alt K for... Alright, ship ports are now unlocked. Alright, let's go take care of business here. Wish I would have known that when we were on the ground. I just would have put them on while we were down there, but that's alright. There's number one. And let's grab a couple of surge modules out of storage here. And we'll do those next. And let's turn him around. Rotate him a little bit different there. There's number two. Let's get number three on. There we go. All right. There we go. One stampede and two surges. Let's go ahead and get the party started. And how do we end up with one that just fell off? All right, let's go stick another one on. I guess maybe that one only had one use. Who knows? All right, which one did it come off of here? Try not to. There we go. Misaligned, huh? Okay, let's try this again. I got 4 uses left on one and 6 on the other, so we'll see what happens. There goes that one. All right. All right, now we'll hop into the Hofstede and start scooping. A little bit of overcharge, not much. But that was a mid-40s rock. Not bad. That is a beautiful sight right there. Okay.
Systems activating. Systems on.
No modules on this one either. Wow. Okay. Probably not going to need that at the moment. Nice easy break. So we'll go lock the ship ports and reorient the mole a little bit to get nose up. There we go. Move over a little bit. How many more surge modules do we have on us? We have 2 surge modules and a stampede. Yeah, another good enough to go get more stuff. So that'll work without having to go back to checkmate. All right. Having the stuff on the Hofstede like the Focus 3 is not too mission critical, but there we go. Looking much better. And now the scanning bug is fixed, so that's nice. Look at that. Gonna be one of those rocks, huh? There goes that one. Do this one next. And if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're on the rocks tonight in Pyro. Testing out 432. I was able to sell 2 million in product this morning at the TDC in Area 18, so it looks like the selling bug is resolved at the terminals. So we're back in business from that standpoint. There goes that one. Okay, this one's next. Okay, I think that concludes the, well, maybe. What about that one? Nope, not quite. Almost done. Oh, the Hofstad just makes it so easy. And let's see. Okay, time to start scooping. We'll go ahead and take that one. We'll direct sell the tungsten. All right, let's just start in front. These are all sucking. 14. 13. Two. Well, that's 100% tungsten. Wrong one. Okay. Looks like we're not feasting tonight. We're getting scraps. Look at this. This is just terrible. A little better. Still only half. We had a little bit of overcharge, so my fault. I feel like we're getting blown off this rock by the wind. All right. Two, 8, 14, and 13. Hey Sven, welcome to the stream, my friend. Yeah, you're right. It was not a great break. Probably should have stuck a Bormax on this thing instead. And why do we keep nosing down? Okay, let's go see if we can find something a little better. We got 2 more surge modules and a stampede on board, so let's go see if we can find something worth taking home tonight. Well, Sven, that cluster definitely worked against me, my friend. But that's the way it goes. Okay, there's a 19,000 and we won't even talk about it. Let's go check this one out. All right. See if we can find a decent rock, shall we? Looking pretty small to me. That's not. That's a 70,000. That's a big one. And copper, huh? Okay. That one I'm going to take home. Let's see what else we got in here. Take that one home too. I'm not even going to bother with the other one. So let's just go do this. Let's stick the mole right between these two guys right here. Nose up at 15 degrees. And I have a feeling I'm going to be missing all 3 of my Rigers on the front. Let's go find out. Yeah, I can just tell just by looking at it. Couple of quantanium rocks. We'll bust these and take them home. Gotta watch that instability though. Not too bad on this rock though at 82.71. There goes one. Let's see if we can do the other one. Saying it's impossible. We may have to go hop in the other mining head for this one. So we'll go busted on the other mining head. This one's a little bit bigger. Yeah, and the energy level's not coming up at all. If I had my C3s on here, this wouldn't even be a problem. But yeah, no bueno on that one. So let's go bust that one first, and then we'll scoop them with the Hofstede. And that is why I like the mole so much. You know, even if you are unlucky and something weird happens, because you have multiple mining heads, you always have options. All right. So we're at 43. Nice and easy. Gonna have to massage this one a little bit more, guys. Gonna have a little bit of overcharge, but that's all right. All right, let's go hop in the Hofstad. I don't want to be doing the sub brakes in the with the Helix too, that's for sure. It's like the universe is making up for me, Sven. It's making up for its... Let's start. Oh, and I gotta raise the mole a little bit to get some of these. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. So we'll get the mole repositioned and... Yep, I can't even reach it anymore. Okay, let's start over here. That one's already broken. Okay, so not a lot to do with this one. Got a little bit of work right here. Nice and easy on that break. And let's just see if there's anything else. Like there might be. Okay, so I think we're done on that rock. I don't want to start scooping just yet because I don't want to really mess around with the volatile cargo timer tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to reposition the mole a little bit. Get a little bit closer, get nose up. I know I was further pitch up when I left the chair, so I don't know what's going on with the mole tonight, but we'll move things over just a bit. I know I started at 10 degrees. Yeah, and if I had my configuration with the Hofstad right now, this would be... Okay, so you guys are my witness. We're nose up. Let's go climb into the Hofstad, do the secondary brakes on that other rock, and then hopefully we can scoop from one place without having to move. Then we'll go back and we'll repair our mole and come back again. There's that one. And let me just go over here. Yeah, I can extract from right there. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on.
That's not a bad rock at all. That's going to be very interesting right there. Nice and easy. This one has some instability, so it'll get frisky for sure. There we go. Look at that.
Attack on shields.
Okay, let's 47. That's really actually a pretty good rock right there. 19. I'm still going to take that. We have 70 SCU of cargo, so I'm not going to be incredibly picky tonight.
Extraction mode on.
So let's go ahead and get the party started. We got 25 minutes on the countdown timer, so we're doing great. And oh, that's 100%. And because we're at checkmate, it's a short flight back, so no big deal. Another 100% right there. Look at that. What do we got right here? Just a beautiful rock. You know, Sven, I was mistreated on the last set of rocks, but this one's made up for it for sure.
Fracturing mode on.
Didn't see that one sitting there, so we'll go ahead and deal with this now. But I am going to speed it along just a little bit. Yeah, I forgot it did used to be 15.
Extraction mode on.
Okay, 19. Let's see if we got something a little bit better. 34. %, copper. We're going to skip that one, obviously. Come on. I'm getting moved around here a little bit. We're going to get that one just to kind of move it out of the way. Okay, 19. I may turn the turret towards the other rock here in just a moment. Oh, something look. $23, and what we got right here? Doing great on time. 22 minutes into the timer. No big deal. Okay, I think for now, probably grab this 20%er. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got over here. The Hofstad, the other nice thing about it is it can reach out and touch somebody. 17%. It's got great range on it. 21 minutes. Doing great. This rock over here though, not as good as the last one. Oh, that one fell right in front of it, right when I was trying to collect too. That sucks. Well, the copper will pay for the gas, so that's the good news. And we might end up with about 30 SCU of quantanium, not bad. Come on, give me one more good shard in here. Make sure we don't miss anything. I may swing back over to the other rock. Still doing great on the countdown timer. 0.45. There's a 20% shard right there. I thought we might be missing one. I don't really feel like repositioning the ship again and then trying to go back. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this. Get as much as we can here. $25, yeah. 2. Oh, there was a 23 right there. Nope, not that one. And I think that's going to be it for this one. Hey, Sven. I also usually stream on weekends and love to have other miners join me on Discord and while I'm on the stream. So if you're interested, I'll be on either Friday night or Saturday night. And thanks for watching, my friend. We'll see you again soon. We'll go ahead and fill up with this. Top off, and then let's go ahead and head back to the barn, refill up on modules, refill up on everything, really. And my Discord link is in every video description, so. All right, let's get the shields offline. Look at that. Sven's watching all the way from Sweden. All right, well, good night, Sven. Sweet dreams, my friend. We'll hopefully see you again soon. All right, let's go ahead and get back to checkmate here. And then I'll give you guys kind of a look at what we ended up with while we're accelerating out. So back to orbital marker 1. There's a pretty view for you guys. And off we go.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
And so on this run, we ended up with 28 SCUs of quantanium and 7 SCUs of vexillite. Everything else we're going to sell direct.
Mining mode off. Quantum travel engaged.
Yeah, we'll make sure we got all our mining modules. I'm going to refill that container again. We'll get the store all filled up. And where are we at on our countdown timer? Oh yeah, 15 minutes left. We're doing great. Another easy day. All right, throw a ping out there to make sure I don't run into the dang space station. And we'll accelerate out to max, but we will take the cruise control off. And once we're about 9 kilometers out from checkmate, we'll get our hangar allocated and refill on supplies and head back out, break some more rocks. There's our hangar. Let's throw another ping out there. There we go. And there's checkmate. Let me know what you guys think about CitizenCon 2025. If you weren't keeping up, I have a video out on it on the YouTube channel here. I'm pretty excited about Nyx. It's supposed to be coming out next month, so we'll have a whole new part of the universe to explore and check out. All right. Now we have Valdo cargo on board, so we just want to be nice and easy. All right, and there's our nice little landing. There we go. All right, first things first, let's do a repair. I'm curious. Yeah, 280K, so that's going to include all of our modules. We must have knocked them off somehow. Well, that's good. I'm actually happy about that, because that means that our modules will be back on when we get back out here. But we'll do a visual inspection when we come back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the store all off the ship. Go refill that. Okay. And we'll go store both. That way I can refill this thing with some more mining modules. And I'm not being gentle with it because I'm kind of in a hurry. Let's go and get you stored. And let's go ahead and get our mole stored before it explodes. All right, mole's repaired, everything's refilled. We'll get some more modules in the store all here after we get our mining job, or after we get our refining job going. Hey, for those who aren't familiar, you can just go to the refinery deck directly from your hangar out in Pyro. It's something that's unique with Pyro. I don't think you can do that anywhere in Stanton, but hey, if I'm incorrect, you guys let me know in chat. Or in the comments if you happen to be watching this post stream here. And then there's a bug here that's, maybe it's a feature, I don't know. But watch what's about to happen here. So we're gonna hit begin. We'll select our mole. We'll set up a work order. I'm only gonna refine the Bexlite and the quantanium. Let's get a quote. Yeah, that's fine. I would like this done by tomorrow. Now, when we hit confirm, it's going to say they cannot be recovered once processing begins. So it's going to discard all these materials that we're not refining. That is not true. That is absolutely not true anymore. So we got our work order started. And as you can see, when I come over here to direct ore sales, we're going to go ahead and select our Argo Mole again. And as you can see, it did not discard those materials. Our copper is there. Our tungsten is there. So we'll sell the refinery, and that will cover a part of our fuel cost and a very, very tiny bit of my repair cost. And we'll head back to the hangar and take care of some administrative things here, which means cruise lux. And we'll get some more modules on our store all, including gadgets and modules, and then we shall head back out into the verse and start breaking some more rocks. So, you know, for those who are watching the stream, let me know how the quality is. I want to make sure that voice and game audio and is all good, that the music's not driving you crazy. I can see that the quality is in pretty good shape overall. I'm not seeing any drop frames or anything like that. So, okay, so let's do this first. Let's go ahead and work on okay, there's our container. And let's go ahead and drop another Sabir in here. Keep one bore max. And then we're going to change this over from gadgets to vehicles, mining. And now I'm going to put a Focus 3 on here when I can. Where is it? Focus 3. I know I have a bunch of those. Put another Stampede in here. Put a couple more surges. How many surges do we have? 1, 2, 3. Still Focus 2. Okay. That looked like a Focus 3 at the bottom. Yep, there's a Focus 3. We'll put that in there as well. All right, so we got some mining gadgets. We got some extra modules. And let's go ahead and get our mole called up here, and while we're waiting on that. I love how it just appears. Yeah, we'll take care of this real quick. You know, I'm not sure about the whole sustenance thing in Star Citizen. I'm just not, I feel like this is more of a, this is more busy work than anything else. All right, he's back to 100%. And yes, I'm gonna litter in my own hangar. Okay, let's go ahead and get back on the moon so we can start making some money here. But as I was saying earlier, on the weekends when I'm doing streams, everybody's more than welcome to join me on Discord. My link is in the description. And if you want to go mining with me, we can hang out together on the stream and break some rocks together. And you can take all the rocks home yourself. I'm out there to find them and break them. I'm not necessarily out there to make any money. So could be a lucrative venture for somebody out there who wants to go mining with me. All right, let's just make sure that we have everything repaired here. Auto, yep, we're all good. And before I leave, let's go ahead and check our mining heads here. Okay. Looks like 3. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, let's check the other one. Yep, we got them on there too. Okay, let's move to the other side. And I see 3 on there as well. Fantastic. All right. And let's get Monarchs plugged in. Not going to calculate inside the hangar, huh? Okay. Okay. Looks like there's some debris right there. Somebody died right outside their hangar. And you always want to throw a ping out here at checkmate. Did you see that on my right side? Yeah, not great.
Shields off. Quantum travel engaged.
All right, let's go smack some more rocks. And if you're enjoying the stream tonight, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, be greatly appreciated. Also, if you're not familiar with my channel, go check out my videos. I did one on CitizenCon, the Anvil Asgard, not the Asgard, I'm sorry, the Paladin. And I got a new video releasing tomorrow afternoon on the Asperia Stinger. My take on it. I melted a ship for that one. Not sure how I feel about that, but it's a beautiful ship. It's well done. It's just, there's a couple of ships out there in the verse that you use every day, whether it's for the industrial gameplay or bounty hunting or whatever it may be, that are very useful and they pay for themselves 10 times over. And then there are others that look cool and sound cool and are nice to have, but they're not mission critical. Why do we have... There we go. And so we'll head back to OM1, which is the orbital marker on the North Pole of Monarchs here. And then we'll head down from there. Nope, was still obstructed. Don't red out on me. Some people like to go to the quantum markers on the planet at various places and then fan out 100K, 200K from there. You know, it takes about the same amount of time just to hit a random or orbital marker and then head down to the planet from there, and you'll be a lot less likely to run into territory that's already been mined heavily or has people or hostiles or all the above. So that's why I like to do it this way instead. My chances of running into somebody out here are very, very slim. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying the chances are pretty slim. Okay, I think we're going to head towards that ice right there. Let's do that. Okay, so we'll accelerate up and then we'll head on down. Get the cruise control on here. And let's make sure our mining hold is empty, and it is. That's great. There's a beautiful view for you guys. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that gear icon and select 4K. Due to YouTube's compression, it still isn't as good as what I'm capturing in, but it's getting pretty good. Especially if you're watching on an iPad or mobile device, it should be almost indistinguishable from what I'm seeing. But another beautiful day out here in Pyro. Look at that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the old Nix Levski thing coming out in 4.4. It's supposed to be happening in November. I'm pretty stoked about it myself, but yeah, right about there, I think. Anyway, I just choose a random spot and mine from there. So anyway, the Asperia Stinger will be out, that video will be out tomorrow. And then I'll be doing a live mining session with players, hopefully on Friday or Saturday. And most likely Friday, I'm thinking, but. And I have, you can join the Alpha Infinity Tech Discord server. That link is in the description of the video. And we'll go break some rocks together and have a good time. And look at those pretty clouds. Also love mining on on Bloom. So the two routes that I really like out here in the verse are the Checkmate to Monox route, fairly close together, and then the second one is the Bloom to Obituary run. Really nice. Now that we're on a 25-minute countdown timer on volatile cargo, it's not as important to be close to your refinery, but it does make the trip shorter, you know, round trip. Saves you some time that way. Beautiful, look at that. But if you're just joining us tonight, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live in the verse on 4.3.2, where the scanning from the mining turret bug has been fixed, as has the selling of materials. So I sold off 2 million in refined product this morning on my stream this morning. Aired out at the console once or twice, but we sold it off at the TDC at the at Area 18, so not bad. All right, and we are here. And we're gonna head just slightly to the right. And we'll shallow out our descent just slightly so we don't smack off the ground here. And we'll get off the cruise control so we can decel. And we'll get into scan mode here.
Shields mine.
Okay, let's see what we got today.
Shields mine.
And I don't know why scanning works
Shields mine.
in this SCM mode, but sometimes it bugs out and it does not work in this one. So that means I got to travel around slower, unfortunately. And let's go ahead and reallocate power to the thrusters. All right. So we'll start out our second mining run here on Bloom. Sorry, on Monox. Yeah, look at that. It's another beautiful day out here. Running a cool 100 plus FPS out here in 4K. Not bad. By the way, I'm not using DLSS or smooth motion or any of smooth frames, whatever they call it. None of that stuff. Machine's not overclocked. Nothing special here. All right, so that's 7K copper. I'd be really excited if I was out here for copper. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be much of anything. I'm not even going to bother scanning the rest of these. Let's just keep on trucking here. So we'll gain a little altitude, head directly into the sun here. Got an 8,000 over there, useless. Another one over here, useless again.
Shields off.
Still can't scan in that mode.
Shields on.
Okay, 31.2. Let's go check that out. I'm interested in that. So basically we're out here looking for 40 plus K rocks. Do anything from 40 to 75 by myself. We got some, we got a Bormax on board or two. We got a Sabir on board or two. And we have some extra modules. So if I need to run a triple surge setup, I can. If I need to run, now that's interesting how that broke up. What do we got over here? Got a 15 over here. Okay. I think I got catfished on this. But we'll go look anyway. Usually when I see a lot of them, it doesn't give me a lot of hope, but we'll scan anyway, just see what we can see. Oh my, 64,000 on Laranite. It's a big rock. But we're not here to mess with Laranite tonight. No, we are not. We're looking for something a little bit better than that. Beautiful. Let's see what we got here. Big rocks though. There's a 21K Terranite. That would be like a nice appetizer if there was something bigger here. 71,000 Laranite. Yikes. It's a big rock too. Too bad it's Laranite. Okay, 42 in gold. Ah. I think we're going to take that one. Let me see what else we got. We'll go slap a Sabir on that one to bring its oh wow, 44 in Terranite too. Okay. All right. So what do we got here? We got a 57,000 mass. 197 SCUs, 20% of that is quantanium. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start on this 44K Terranite rock first, unless it's yeah, and it's not even tungsten, so there's no tungsten on here. Fantastic.
Landing gear down.
9 resistance is already down to 9%. Probably go slap a Bormax on this one. How about that?
Landing.
Let's do that. Why not? Okay, let's make sure. Yeah, we got a bore max on board already, so. Got a little close on clearance. Okay. Not a bad set of rocks just for a second run. Okay, let's go ahead and hit detach here. I really hate it when these things attach upside down. But we got lucky on that one. Okay. And if you're joining me, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live for the night tonight in the verse, cracking the big rocks, hopefully. Wow, I've never seen negative. That's funny. Yeah, we're going to be putting this one on somewhere else on this rock, but definitely not right here. Best we're going to get is 75%. See if we can get a better analysis right here. Okay, we're starting out at 68. That's better. I like that. But still not great. Looks like 91 is going to be it for us today. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in chat. I think 91's acceptable. You know what? I just noticed something. No store all. So, change of plans. I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to go get our bore max. And we're just going to focus on that quantanium rock. Oh, it's going to kick the whole mole up too. I love it when that happens. Yeah, we'll, since we only have 3... We'll save that one. We have a store all sitting back at checkmate waiting on us. So what we'll do instead is we'll crack that quantanium rock and take that home instead. Or at least we're going to try. We're getting into iffy territory at 57 and some change with only 2 search modules and a stampede, but we'll see.
Launch complete.
All right, where was our baby at? Really nice field right here, though. There it is. So we got 21% on resistance. Oh, this is going to be a fun one.
Landing complete.
Isn't there? Why? There's not one flat spot on this whole planet. All right. I know I can do it. I have an extra surge module on board, so I know I can do it with 3 surge modules. I'm not sure I can do it with 2 surges and a stampede. You guys let me know what you think before I get started here. I think I'm going to be cautious and just do 3 surges. And it's upside down, of course. We're already at 77%. And we'll go unlock the ship ports, drop another surge module on here. It's going to be fun though. All right, we'll hit right Alt K here. There we go. And let's see if we can do this without getting out of the ship. Actually, let's not. Let's just go down the elevator and get it done. Do it the easy way. Okay. That looks like that's it right there. Okay, there's a nice little stampede module. What happened to our... There we go. There is this little problem right now where you can't store it. So we'll just go and put it right on the elevator here. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop that. Maybe. Where'd it go? Yeah, it's out there somewhere. I love it when this happens. Stuff just disappears into the ground. Anybody happens to see it laying around, let me know. That might be it right there. There we go. That is absolutely nowhere near where I dropped it. Okay. Let's go attach these. Let's get the ship ports locked. Oh, of course you did. I'm going to get my damn Stampede module. I'm not giving it up to the verse. Let's see if it'll let me. Okay. And just in case it decides to fall through the floor again. There we go. All right, let's get the ship positioned properly and see what we can do here. All right, here is our almost 60,000 mass quantanium rock here. Need to be on the right side. Okay, power management is looking good.
Shields up. Shields up.
Maxed out.
Landing gear up.
Let's get nose up. All right, let's see if we can go break a rock tonight. No stampede is going to make this very, very interesting. And if you're just joining us tonight, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live on the rocks. In the verse. Out here on Monox. Resistance is high. It's just not a good combination here. It's going to take a little bit of finesse to get this done, I think. Come on. Get on in there. Let's make it happen. One. And we lost the surge module. Last chance on the rock. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. That one hurts. Yeah, without that third one, we're SOL on this deal. But we were close. Came real close. Now that I think about it, I just want to go ahead and do this so we don't end up in this situation again. I'm going to go ahead and burn the rest of my surge module off on this thing as a sign of protest. But I was right. 2 surges and a stampede wasn't going to get it done. So we'll just burn these up until they fall off. There goes that one. Let's go and burn this one up too while we're at it. All right, that hurts. But there will be another one. And what happened to my surge module or my stampede module is sitting right here? Did that fall through the floor too? Okay. So we lost a store all and we lost some other things, but that's all right. Let's go back and get some more. And that was a very large quantanium rock. Probably $1 million rock right there. So we'll head back to checkmate. And refuel and rearm with more mining modules and come back. Definitely not breaking that rock with the 3 C3s on the front and the helix. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That was a loss for sure, but live and learn. All right, let's pitch up and get into a little bit better escape vector here. There we go. We'll be back in no time. We'll find another one.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
Just 2 surges short on that one, and we would have had it. Anyway, if you're enjoying the stream tonight, give me a thumbs up on the stream if you don't mind. Check out the channel. Got some new videos posted up there in the last couple of weeks. And if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. All right, we're going to head back to checkmate. Make sure we have all of our mission critical items with us on board. And then we're headed back. And I still... Very, very interesting on why we can't scan in this mode. Because sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Oh wow, look at that. Cheeseburger Walrus is coming back in his Star Lancer Max. There is what it looks like to me. Really like the Star Lancer Max. Really pretty ship. Don't worry, Cheeseburger. Don't worry, Cheeseburger. I'm not going to get you. All right, let's get the landing gear down. Get back in our hangar.
Landing gear down.
And refill our modules here on board. Refill on some gas. Go get our store all.
Complete.
Not even going to turn off the ship. We're not going to be here long enough. And let me know how the stream quality is for you guys tonight. There we go. All full again. Stampede, 2 surges. All right, let's go ahead and grab our store all with our materials here. And just in case, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some in my backpack too. All right, while we're waiting on that, let's go throw some more in the backpack. Okay, so that's a focus 2. Just throw a couple of these in here. That's the nice thing about rolling with a heavy backpack. And let's grab a couple of mining gadgets too while we're at it. 1 Sabir. 2 Sabir. And a Bormax. And let's throw a Stampede in there too. All right. There's our beautiful mole. She's all ready to roll. Let's make sure. Yep. Okay. Make sure our store all has our stuff in it. Yeah, it's got a few things. Yep, we're good. All right. Well, we kind of lost the orientation battle on that deal. Let's try that again. There we go. And let's get you situated right there. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, let me know in chat. You guys are a quiet bunch, man. Nobody's rowdy around here. Nobody says anything.
Systems on.
All right, let's get the gear up. All right, hangar doors are open here. Okay. And off we go. Still can't scan in that. Can't scan at all now. You know, I feel like this instance is just not doing very well. We may Alt F4 out when we get to our location here. No scan at all. And you see that asteroid right there? It's been a problem.
Quantum travel engaged.
And while we're on our way, I'm going to grab a soda. Be right back.
Quantum travel complete.
All right, we'll get nose up here and accelerate out. And as you can see, we're adding some vertical thrust as well, so we can get unobstructed on that orbital marker over the North Pole. And as soon as we're unobstructed, we'll head out. There we go.
Quantum travel engaged.
And then we'll head on back to where we were. And I'm thinking right about there. So we'll accelerate, head back to the surface here. Give you guys an external view to look at. And we're headed back down to the surface, and we shall find another big rock to break. Might be the best mole paint yet. However, on the stream this weekend, we'll be running a new one that one of our mining buddies told me about. And let's switch up some music here a little bit while we're waiting. The interesting thing about this paint is that it doesn't show a lot of wear and tear. Like you'll see scratches and things like that, but you won't see all the dirt that you might see on other paints. All right, another minute or two and we'll be plunging through the atmosphere towards the surface of Monox here. But just the detail on this paint is pretty, on all of them really, for the mole. That's one thing you get in Star Citizen that I don't think you get in any other space simulation or game. It's just the amount of detail close up. Like I can go way in here. And you're seeing a little bit of wear and tear right there. Yeah, you're seeing some smudges and a little bit of wear and tear right there. So I guess this one just doesn't show it as much. But anyway, really incredible detail where you can even see the pipe fittings right here. Pretty amazing stuff. All right. And we're almost home. So much detail on these ships in Star Citizen. And it's things like that that give me a little bit more patience for the stuff falling through the floors, the elevators trying to murder you, all that kind of fun stuff that we run into in the verse on a daily basis. It's okay, because I don't think there's going to be anything that is that detailed. Really nice looking. Anyway, for those that are wondering, we're streaming. I'm at 3840 by 2160. Everything's maxed out. Photo clouds, the whole 9 yards. I think I want to be maybe slightly over that way. Get a little friction in the atmosphere here. And we'll head towards the flats out that direction. Pulling 109 FPS out here on Monox, all maxed out. Not unhappy with that. But with video cards, as much as they cost these days, you know, you better be getting good performance. That's all I have to say about that. There you go. There's a view for you guys. Make sure I get the cruise control turned off here so I don't die. All right, absolutely cannot scan in this mode. And guess what? I can't scan in this mode either. So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna stop. Scan key's not working at all. So we're gonna stop, come to a halt, and then I'm just gonna Alt F4 out. And then we'll go back in. And hopefully that fixes it. And back in we go. And hopefully we can start scanning. And I have to say, you know, prior to 4.3.2, the verse just seemed to be a lot more stable place in the previous few revisions, but this one has not been that great. This one's kind of been a little bit more unstable, but no server errors, so I haven't server errored out. It's just weird stuff, you know, things not working right. All right, let's try this again.
Systems activated. Systems on.
Yeah, still no scanning, unfortunately. So we may have to plan B it here. And we'll just go in here and make sure our key selection hasn't been knocked out. Okay, flight. Button 1, huh? Yeah, pretty sure everything is bugged out here. Okay, let's land and come back in. And maybe instead of doing, yeah, let's just do this. Let's land real quick.
Landing complete.
The verse is not acting nice tonight. At all. Oh, I hope we're not back to this thing again where we have to sit up and look at the other opposing bet. There we go. And I'm gonna go just to a whole new region. USA, you had your chance. We're off to Europe now. So the title of the stream is it all working? And I would say the answer to that question is no. Not quite. All right, let's see if we have a winner. All we want to do is find some rocks. And little things happening like scanning not working. At least the sun's still up. All right. You know, I just noticed something else too.
Weapons off.
Yeah, that's got power. There we go. And I can even scan with in the nav SCM mode. What a deal. All right. Let's go ahead and get some altitude here and get the party started. Man, the things we got to go through to mine rocks in this world. All right, let's get some speed going here. Look at that beautiful day on Monarchs. All right, so that is a 26,850. I like that. Let's go look at it. Beautiful, beautiful colors out here on Monarchs though. Just always amazed at the scenery. All right, let's do some scanning and see what we can see here. Not looking great, actually.
Mining mode off. Mining mode on.
So we get into the European region and things are not scanning at all.
Weapons on. Mining mode off. Mining mode on. Mining mode off.
Nice big return and not one rock will scan out for us.
Mining mode on. Mining mode off.
Yep. Oh, let's fix that too while we're at it. There we go. Well, not great. Can't scan any of these at all. So let's go check out another one.
Mining mode off.
$18.4 on that one and 25. We'll take the 25.90. Hopefully that one will cooperate. All right, let's see what we got here. Another big bunch of rocks.
Mining mode on.
There we go. These will scan out. Let's see what we got here. That's a big gold rock right there, but not exactly what I'm looking for. see what we got here. Another big gold. Laranite. Copper, which is fine. That's embedded. Not really interested in those that much anyway. Lots of gold right here. Skip the small ones and head to the big one over here. Looking for a challenge tonight, folks. Not looking to break a bunch of small rocks. Yeah, that one's gold too. All right, so we have another scan out this direction. 12,000. I don't know if I'm too excited about that one. But we'll go look at it anyway. We'll just head into the direction of the sun here. Keep things light. No pun intended. Really looking for that Goldilocks rock like we had earlier that we were unprepared for. Okay, let's see what we got here. Like I said, I'm not holding out a bunch of hope, but you never know. Yeah, 21,000. I feel like they could change the font here a little bit on these. All right, let's keep on rolling here. Okay, we got another return out here at that one's 17,300, so we'll go check that one out next. And there's another one, 17,550. So they're pretty.
Weapons off.
Let's see what we got over here, shall we?
Mining mode on.
41K Laranite rock, not terrible. On the size, at least. Not interested in tungsten, that's for sure. Those are just no fun at all. Okay, what do we got over here? 21,016. We'll go check out the 21. And if you guys are enjoying the stream tonight, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, that'd be greatly appreciated. And check out the YouTube channel if you like my content, if you don't mind subscribing.
Mining mode on.
All right, let's see what we got here. So Laranite. Let's go. Let's keep on scanning here. Nothing exciting yet. More tungsten. No thanks. Oh, a 78,000 MISC quantanium rock. 48% resistance. You think we should try and take a crack at that? That may be beyond our reach, but you know, I'm gonna try anyway. Look at that. So what do we got here? We got 156 SCU rock. And we'll have to do a couple of things here. We're gonna pull. So 156 SCU, 31% of it's quantanium. That resistance is terrible. And this is why right here. I don't know if we can punch this one, but we're gonna try. I'm just gonna dump 3 surges into it and see what happens. Get real close. We have, yeah, we got a surge on our backpack here. So I need to go pull the stampede module off first. We gotta unlock the server port, or the ship ports first. Got so excited after seeing that big quantanium rock that I guess since we're already out here though, we can go ahead and put a mining gadget on it. We'll put a severe on it, at least try to knock that resistance down. But like I said, it's still gonna be at like 20%, and it's tungsten. It's just, there's a lot of things working against us on this one. But we'll try anyway, see what happens. Oofta. Look at that. 20. I have a feeling we're going to be placing this thing on a different part of the rock. Maybe. Yep. Let's find a little bit different spot. We had a second player in the mole, no problem. We could get this done, but that tungsten is going to make it real hard for us. Okay. Okay, now let's go unlock the server, the server ports. Let's go unlock the ship ports. And I don't even think I'm gonna have to come out of the ship to do that one. We can probably do it from within. And we'll take a crack at this rock. It's a big one. And with that tungsten in there, I don't know if we're gonna be able to work it, but we'll see. I'm going to put the mining head basically right on the rock. If the resistance were at like 24%, not 48, it might not be so unreasonable, but okay, ship ports are unlocked. And let's go pull that stampede off, because there's a 0% chance we're doing it with that on there. And we'll go put you right on top of the store hall. And let's drop a surge right in front of us here. And let's get the orientation correct. And she's attached. All right. All right, let's go position the mole now. Well, like I said, we're going to put this mining head right on the rock. That is a very, very large rock right here. Let's go ahead and get nose up.
Gear up.
All right. Well, let's go give it a shot and see what happens. Somebody say good luck at least in chat. Or ain't happening. Ah, we gotta go lock the ship port, so I definitely want to do that.
Systems on.
Got quantanium fever tonight. All right.
Mining mode on.
All right, let's see how close we are here. We should be pretty dang close. That tungsten, though, is really, really rough. If it was anything but tungsten, you know, I'd be a little bit more hopeful, but that tungsten's going to make it rough.
Fracturing mode on.
So there we are. There she is.
Mining mode on.
78,770. Like I said, I think this is out of reach, but we're going to try. Yeah, we're not even. Not even. Just too much resistance. Too much mass too. And we're even getting the resistance down to 10%. But we're not even moving the charge level. Not even close. So it's just a little bit too much rock for us. So we'll go find another one.
Mining mode on.
Nice rock though. I am gonna go get my dang Sabir back though. I want it back. This rock gets to live another day. All right, let's go get our mining gadget off of this beast. It already took a couple of surge charges from me. It's not going to take my mining gadget too. All right, let's get this stored. Beautiful night on Monarchs though. We tried, not even moving the charge level at all, which I'm not surprised with all that tungsten in that rock. Need another ship or at least another miner on board. Now, how did that end up right there? No, no, you're not. You're not falling through the floor. All right, let's see if we can store that. Just not having a lot of luck. See that? Nada. Carry. Can't carry it. Can't store it. Can we inspect it? Can't inspect it. Yeah, it's just all bugged out. Okay. Like I said, some weird things in 4.3.2. All right, let's go find another quantanium rock out there. There's another one for us.
Launch complete. Landing gear up. Mining mode off.
We tried, we did not succeed, and it's okay. We're gonna try again. Hey, our gun's working? I guess you gotta have power to them.
Weapons on.
Hey, we got guns, all right. Let's see if we can find a 50 to 70K quant rock that's not 40% tungsten.
Mining mode on.
There's a little 5,000 quantanium rock. $28K gold. I'm tired of mining gold. I'm not really having fun mining gold anymore. Little Terranite. 22,000 in Terranite. Not really looking for... I know I can take that home. I'm looking for something with a little bit more challenge. All right, what do we got out here at 10? Oh, there's 23. We'll go investigate. And if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live in 4.3.2 out in the PU, out here in Pyro. We are in the uncivilized part of the universe, if there is such a thing as a civilized. This is uncivilized for sure. As will Nyx also be uncivilized when it comes out in a month or so, maybe. All right, we got granite right here. Let's see what we can see. Big string of rocks, not hopeful. And not scanning out. See if we can get these things to start behaving. You know, I haven't had this trick work once for me. In version 4.x, they say it does, but I haven't had any luck. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any luck with this selection of rocks ahead of us. There's a 13 and 18. Let's go check out the 18. What's up with the EU shards tonight? It's not like they can be that busy. What is it, 4 o'clock in the morning out there right now? All right, let's see what we got here. Maybe.
Mining mode on.
Yeah, not hopeful. Nothing really attractive here. Let's keep on trucking, find some bigger stuff. Well, let's head out towards the sun. There's a 21 and a 19. That looks pretty good to me. Let's go that direction. Go ahead and get the
Shields full.
So we'll fly by the first return at 4.8 and then we'll go check out the one at 6. Fairly close together, so that should give us some options.
Mining mode on.
That's a nice size gold rock, but like I said, we're not here for any gold. These all look a little smaller. Yeah, 1500 Terranite. Jeez. Haven't run into a 1500 in a while. Being facetious, of course. And that one's embedded. All right, let's go check out.
Mining mode off.
Let's go see these right here. All right, what do we got?
Mining mode on.
A little a decent Terranite rock. Small, but... But you guys know what I'm looking for. We're looking for the big stuff. Another gold. Plenty of gold on this moon. 22k Bexelite rock. And yeah, we're gonna keep on trucking here.
Mining mode off.
Crazy thing about Monox is it can be either feast or famine. All right, what do we have here?
Mining mode on.
All pretty small rocks. Yep.
Mining mode off.
Couple more over here.
Mining mode on.
Very tiny. I'm just gonna scan this one because I happen to be flying by it.
Mining mode off.
All right, let's get a little speed going here.
Weapons off.
Head towards the sun. I really don't want to have to pop out to the orbital marker and come back. That'd be a bummer. So we'll see if we can get lucky and find something else out here. And let me know how the stream quality is for you guys. Hit that gear icon on YouTube, select 4K. Okay, we'll just keep flying into the sun here. That's an 11,000. I don't know if we're gonna even bother with that. Might as well go check it out just in case. Got another one out here at 12. We'll check that out next.
Mining mode on.
Tiny. Okay. Go see what's over here.
Mining mode off.
19,008. That's a little better. Let's go look at it. And for those that are watching, we're on a water-cooled 9550 X3D. Pushing 347 liters per hour through the loop right now, keeping it nice and cool. All right, what do we got here?
Mining mode on.
35,000, so a little bit better on size, just not material. $53,000, definitely better on size, not on material. 61K gold, which would be exciting if we were mining gold tonight. Okay, I think that's it for that one. Let's go find something else.
Mining mode off.
And I thought we had another one over here somewhere. Apparently not. Gems. Anytime it's pops up at 5 kilometers or less and it's 10,000 or less, it's always going to be gems. And that, my friends, is not what we're here for. Get back on the cruise control here. And we're flying towards the daylight. Ah, there's a 23,000. We'll go look at that. All right, a lot of rocks in here. I don't know. We'll see.
Mining mode on.
$27. Okay. Well, at least a decent size, at least, sort of. So we'll just start scanning the big ones first. Look at the size of this monster. Hmm. 85,000. A little bit more than we can chew, unfortunately, as a single. But that is a big rock, my friends. Beautiful. Let's see if he's got a little brother in here. $81,000 in gold. That, my friends, is a tough one to pass up on. But the problem now is not the tungsten, it's the resistance and the mass. So we're not gonna be able to pump enough energy into that one. Okay, we're getting warmer. Let's keep on trucking. See what else we can find out here. Well, 12,000, we'll go check it out. We just need that one Goldilocks rock tonight. Yeah, too small. All right, let's keep on going. 99.20, 13,000. What do we got out here? 8, 11. Okay. Here's another one. There's a 20,000. Let's go check that one out. What's the biggest rock you've cracked in a mole by yourself? Let me know. All right, lots of rocks here. We'll start at the top and work our way down here. 45K Laranite rock. Boy, that was taking a sweet time scanning out, isn't it? There's a 52,000 quantanium rock. We'll take that one. And what is our resistance? A little bit. It's half tungsten. Instability's at 41%, so we'll go slap a Sabira on this guy. There we go.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
Yikes. Let's see if we can do a little better job here parking.
Launch complete. Landing complete.
All right. We're going to flip over again? Nope. Okay. Let's go stick a Sabira on that one. And we'll give this side a shot. All right, let's see what we got here. -4. I love it when they start out like that. We're gonna have to find a new home for this one. Yikes, what just happened? Just fell through the rock. All right. Let's try right here instead, see what happens. 95%, right when I put it on there. Okay, I'll take that. This mole is going to pop on me as soon as that thing drops. And I think at this size, I probably want to do... Oh yeah, look at that. It started floating. I think we're going to want to put a stampede back on this thing. So let's go unlock the ports and put our stampede back on. And we'll try it first with that. Remember, I only have 4 charges left on my consumables.
Engines on.
So what's the problem here? Are we stuck? Yeah, it kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Engines off. Engines off. Systems off. Systems activating. Systems on.
Yeah, we're stuck. Of course we are. There we go. Took a little bit of a kick.
Landing complete.
Okay.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
And what are we at? 38 meters. Get a little bit closer than that. There we go. I think I'm going to come at this from a different angle. And are we in coupled mode? Yes, we are. Okay. Just want to verify.
Mining mode on.
Okay, that should put us at about the right distance.
Shields on.
And let's get the shields up here. Let's go ahead and unlock the ports. That way we can go put our stampede back on. And we should be able to crack this thing with 2 surges and a stampede, but we shall find out. Okay, and let's detach our surge module here. Go put it back on top of the store all. And we'll put our stampede back on. Get it oriented properly here. There we go. All right. Let's see what we can do here. And of course, this is all going to roll downhill on me as soon as we start this, so.
Mining mode on.
And see if there's a little bit better place for resistance than that. I really don't like that at 14. Yeah, this is going to be a 3 surge deal here, I'm afraid. So we're going to go ahead and use the rest of the charges on these because I got some refills on board. Not even touching it with 2 of them. No charge level at all, so we'll refill these surges and take the stampede back off.
Mining mode on.
And I'm going to get 3 fresh surge modules here. Already have 2 in the backpack, so I need 1 more. There we go. Kind of hard to see in the dark. Oh, there it was. There's one. I was gonna say, it's almost acting like the ship ports were locked, but we know that they're not. Okay, let's get this one oriented properly. There's two. Definitely don't want to drop it. There's three. All right. Let's see if that gets the job done.
Fracturing mode on.
All right, let's get the power down. There we go. No, that was close. Let's let that drop off. We'll try again. A little bit too much on that one. We're gonna go flying with this one. Well, at least there's a couple of shards left. Blew the shit out of that rock. Might as well collect what we can. And it's getting late anyway. Let's see how much there is left here.
Systems activating. Systems on.
So we got a 9 SCU left. And that is about it. Yeah, we blew that one up really nice. Well, might as well collect what we can here.
Extraction mode on.
And head back to the barn.
Fracturing mode on.
Anything else left, or did we totally destroy it? Well, unbelievably, we still have our modules on here.
Mining mode on.
So we'll head back and repair damage before we call it a night. Win some, lose some. Sometimes the rocks are good and sometimes not so much. Of course, I think that one was not a problem with the rock or the verse. That was a problem with the miner tonight, which would be me. So what we'll do is we'll head back to the barn. It's getting late. Been streaming for a couple hours now, and plus this morning, so. All right, let's see if we can get some acceleration going here. There we go. Let's see if we still have all our mining modules. Kind of looks like we do. Yep, they're there, believe it or not. Amazing. Looks like that shield upgrade came in handy that time. Beautiful night in the verse, though. Look at this. I think they got a little work to do on their HDR. You guys notice that sun flickering in and out. I don't know if that does that non-HDR, but that is a beautiful shot right there. All right, we are on a countdown timer, so.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
We'll go start a refining job with the minute amount of quantanium we saved from the rock before we blew it up. And if you guys like the stream tonight, if you like watching me blow up really expensive rocks, give me a thumbs up. But in all seriousness, if you enjoyed it, do give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, there's our hangar. See that cable right there? That is no fun. Right there, that one. If you're coming out of checkmate, watch out.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
All right, let's see what kind of damage we did here before we... Oh, not much. Well, those shields came in handy for us. All right.
Systems off.
And let's check our supplies here before we store. Still can't carry that. All right, so we're gonna need to get the store all out of here. And go, and we're doing fine on the countdown timer, so. And that's how you do that. Go throw that in storage so we can refill it. Can't seem to buy surge modules anywhere in Pyro, so I don't like putting them all in there. And let's get the mole stored for tonight.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle is
Then we'll run down to the old refinery and get that 2 SCUs or whatever we managed to pick up tonight. All right. Yeah, we got a couple of work orders, so not a terrible night tonight. Nice yield on Terranite. There's a little Bexalite and Quantanium there. And of course this unfortunate amount right here. Oh, we'll refine the gold too. Shouldn't take long. Okay, and then we'll go over and direct sell the garbage. Hey, what's up, brother? You on VoIP tonight? Nobody uses VoIP anymore. All right, that'll cover our gas. And back to our hangar, and we'll call it a night tonight, folks. So I want to thank all of you for joining me on the stream tonight. It was fun. We had fun. We had some successes. We had some failures, but overall, it was a good night. Because anytime you're in Star Citizen, it's a good day. So I want to thank all of you for joining me tonight. And I will be back on streaming Friday night or Saturday. I'll keep the channel updated. And I got a Discord server. Link is in the description. And of course, don't miss my Asperia Stinger video that's being released tomorrow. So I hope to catch everybody soon. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon. Have a great night.